This insanely simple backswing move is transforming so many people's golf games, making them hit the ball further, straighter, and generally improving strike throughout the bag. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson. Welcome back to Get Good at Golf. If you want to do just that, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, and of course, throw a like on this video. Today we're going to focus on irons, but this can transpire throughout the entire bag, and it's just a simple move with the backswing where I've seen so many people in lessons, in pro-ams, whenever we get to play golf with people, the backswing is vitally important, and the first part of that backswing is for me the most important part of the golf swing. That together with a good posture and a good setup, generally you're not going to deviate too far wrong if you get these things correct. So to start off with, we'll talk about that posture and setup. How do I want to stand? Do I want to stand nice and narrow with the club back here so I can make sure I can flick it up in the air? We know that's not what you want to do. We want to stand with feet around shoulder width apart. This doesn't change too much throughout the golf bag if you're playing a full shot. Driver might be a little bit wider, but for all your irons, shoulder width apart is a nice solid base. From there, we're going to set the club down and we're going to have a tiny bit of forward shaft lean with all your irons, because what we're trying to do here is strike down on the ball ever so slightly. So the setup there is vitally important. It's so simple to get right, but it's something that so many people tend to get wrong. As long as you're there and you've got your weight in the balls of your feet, you're not back on your heels, you're not too far forward on your toes, because balance is something that, again, so many golfers tend to get wrong. So you've ticked that box. We've got the right setup, we've got good balance. How do I make sure my takeaway for the backswing is on point? How do I make sure it's perfect? Because from there I can then put it in the positions I want to strike that ball well with my 8-iron. So the first thing I want to do is think about what moves first. And this is something we hear so often. So many golfers go, James, what needs to move first? Do I move the club head first? Do I move the hands first? Do I just move the shoulders first as one? And the key here is to make sure the sequence kicks off correctly. So I want to make sure that as I stand at this golf ball, my sequence is, first of all, let that club move with the chest and the shoulders. So it's a one-piece takeaway. I'm not just setting the club, I'm not just moving the shoulders, I'm nice fluidly moving that club back. You'll see how that club isn't pointing down at the ball, the toe of the club isn't up in the air, it's matching my spine angle with the leading edge. So that for me is the perfect takeaway. And you'll see that also the left arm has stayed nice and close to the body there. The left arm hasn't moved away from the body to get the club out in front of me. It hasn't rolled around the body here, flattening the right shoulder and then having a really laid off takeaway. It stayed nice and solid. So my first movement is that, and then from there I can actually load up to the top and I can hit that ball where I want to. You'll see that strike was nice. It's moved nicely right to left in the air, and we've had a little bit of turf contact after the strike there. So I haven't hit down on it maybe as much as I would have wanted to, but it was still a nice strike, and dynamically we took a little bit of loft off that club. So the 8-iron dynamically might play more like a 7-iron. From that movement, how do I feel as though the hands and the wrists want to work? Because we've done a lot of work with hack motion on this channel. We have the weekly hack every Saturday if you'd like to see that and see exactly how your wrists should be working. But do we want a massive wrist set? Do we want the hands to roll? Do we want the hands to not move at all? And the key there is we want a little bit of all of those things. We want a little bit of wrist set, we want a tiny bit of roll in there, a little bit of play, a little bit of give, and we also want the hands to be nice and stable. So as I move through the shot here, I keep that left arm close to my chest. As the club starts to get parallel to the ground, that's when I start to set it, and that's when we see the butt of the club point down at the ball. That is a really key piece of a good takeaway and of a good backswing, because from there all I do is roll my shoulders, and you can see that as I come down into the ball, again we have the butt of the club pointing at the ball, and as we start to release the club, we're in that exact same position that we spoke about, with the club matching the spine angle. So if I hit you another one, you'll see again, take it away nice, and that was a much better one. That one might actually be very close to the flag. Turf interaction was a lot better, so you can see that as I've started to go through the golf swing, we had a ball teed up there, and we have a nice divot going ever so slightly left of that ball. So we're starting to tick all the boxes here. We're keeping it nice and simple, and if you can do that, guys, you can change your backswing to be nice and simple and repeatable. That's going to help you get good at golf. Go on then, go on then, go on then. Oh, so close. So you can see there, guys, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and so close to holding one of those as well. So if you make sure that you can have a nice stable takeaway and a nice consistent backswing that should be results in 2024.